Welcome to the first episode of the Calvin Nellum podcast. Okay, I just want to say I love education. I just want to preface that. Okay, I don't want anyone thinking, I'm jumping ship. I don't want anyone thinking, I am losing my passion. I'm just reflecting as any other great teacher would, right? And I'm being honest. And so please make sure you take it in, take it with a grain of salt, and enjoy. Thank you all.
She can get tricky. Gotta watch my back. No people trying to get me. Only trust the ones who with me. Cut 'em off if I feel iffy. Cause I seen a lot of people get set up by their own problems, yeah. I wanna be sell my soul or break the code for profit, yeah.
I was hoping you liked this song because this is actually his name is Am Weezy. You should check him out.
Karma never found me, knock on wood. Okay, I'm good, this for my hood, you niggas know what's up. I told them I won't never change and I always show up. I kept my word, now be back.
Wait, I'm trying to vibe out in the beginning with April. April got vibe out with me.
She can get tricky. Gotta watch my back. No people trying to get me. Only trust the ones who with me. Cut 'em off if I feel iffy. Cause I seen a lot of people get set up by their own.
Where'd you get that from?
You gon' make me spin a block until I get costly, yeah. All of the shit that I've been through made me heartless, yeah.
Hey.
Pay with something I just felt too often, yeah.
Luddy badoody. Hello, everybody. It's the Calvin Nellum podcast coming through. No longer the TeachSimple podcast because that got stolen. And we are here coming through all authentic Calvin Nellum. Yes, I'm still a teacher. Yes, we're still talking about the classroom, but we're talking about way more, okay? We're talking about...
You gotta protect your name now.
I gotta protect my name now. I gotta make sure no one takes my name, which is the reason why I'm calling the Calvin Nellum podcast, because you can't take my name. They're trying to take the sauce, April. Oh my gosh, I don't know, what? How am I supposed to feel about that?
I would feel a certain kind of way too. I would, but I don't know. We need to search to make sure they trademarked it though. They said copyright. Well, copyright is different from trademark. Copyright is just like the material they print out. Trademark is like the name. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. So if you all don't know, Calvin Nellum podcast, formerly known as TeachSimple podcast, we provide simple solutions in the classroom. That name got took. That name got stolen, and I'm a little hurt.
It's okay. We still got to move forward and be creative.
So we're going to start the podcast on this segment called Who Fault It Is. Okay, so every podcast, Calvin Nellum podcast, we'll talk about some type of entrepreneurship because we're trying to make money, right, April?
Yes.
We need the moolah, right? We're educators, so we need moolah. So we're going to talk about businesses. And so we're going to talk about who fault it is. And we're trying to talk about whose fault it is between me, Calvin Nellum, formerly known as TeachSimple, CEO. I guess I didn't have my paperwork, so I guess I'm not the CEO. And the new TeachSimple LLC in Colorado. Is this what this is at? What is this at? This is in this is not Detroit for sure. Utah. Okay, so 2023 TeachSimple LLC. If you all look it up, it's called TeachSimple. All you gotta do is look it up. It's a little owl, and they I don't know, April. How do you look at this? It's just like it's like Pinterest.
That's what it looked like.
For
it's
teachers,
like a collection of
okay,
information for teachers, resources.
All right, so let this be the lesson learned, right? Whenever you're starting a business, you should always do what, April? I guess. What?
Research the name.
So if the name is Gumbo University, you got to make sure Gumbo University is not taken.
Yep. Google it. I would go to the trademark to make sure it's not trademark. Because I went through a similar situation, but mine was favorable. Because when I tried to Google my name, it didn't come up. But when I tried to trademark my name, it came up that somebody had it, but it was inactive. But since I was actively using Prerequisite Beauty, my case kind of trumped theirs. Yeah.
And that's not. I'm not even beefing about them taking a name because it's just a lesson learned. And I got the Calvin Nellum podcast now, right? Which sounds way better than TeachSimple because it's me, right? You can't take that. And I'm not even beefing about them taking the name, even though I'm low key a little upset. I'm beefing about the post that they made. So let me tell you about this post. So it's literally this elderly white woman, and she's dressed in,
So is it the owner who made it?
No, it's just a post, right? It's like a promotional post. And she's literally doing a dab in the post. And it's like played out. First of all, the dab, how old is the dab? The dab is
really old.
6 years old, right? 7 years old. So you not only take him a name, I don't know if you take it allegedly take him a name.
Allegedly.
You take in the sauce, right? Because you took the name and you put in this corny gesture that is not even in now. Like, what do you call that?
I think it's really emotional because you've invested a lot in TeachSimple. So, sometimes you just got to learn how to pivot and just move forward. Yeah, let them have it. God bless you with something different.
And God has definitely blessed me, y'all. So welcome to the Calvin Nolan Podcast. Sorry to start off on a bad note. Definitely just want to tell you why it's no longer TeachSimple Podcast.
So I'm positive Patty. It's very different.
It's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. So let's give you a quick update. It's been a year since the TeachSimple Podcast, formerly known as now the Calvin Nolan Podcast. And a lot has happened. As you can probably hear, there's a little bitty voice in the background. I'm a father now.
I'm an auntie.
Woo woo. Right? I'm a father now. And my life got turned upside down. And I don't know. They used to always say, I don't know, you've probably heard this, April, like they'll say, like, if you're a teacher and you have your first child, they'll say, like, when you have your first kid, the way you look at your students is going to be completely different. You ever heard that before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like it's for the worst, though. I don't know if, like, I'm looking at them, like, the same way. Like, I'm just, like, literally, once I have my daughter, I'm just, like, I don't have no energy for my other kids. Like, it's just so much. It's like,
it is a lot.
When I had my daughter, I was a 6-year teacher before that. And then once I had her, I literally felt like I was a first-year teacher again. You know what I mean? Just like the amount of just energy, the amount of time, the amount of just prep, the amount of just everything it just takes from you. I literally felt like everything that I put into getting to me being the 7-year novice teacher is all went away.
It didn't. You just have to learn how to pivot and just include your newfound responsibilities. Yeah.
And it's been a struggle. Definitely, it's been an adjustment. And so this podcast is really just a, just reflection on this last year for me, and just, how I've changed my mindset of just being in education, how I changed my mindset of being a teacher and a parent, and just really like, just how do I get through this? And April's here, for Prerequisite Beauty came through. We're on the west side. And, she gave us this lovely, just a lovely place to come through. And, yeah, so just real quick, how you doing, April? How you feeling?
Awesome. Thankful to be a guest on your podcast.
Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, so just like, I don't know. So do you know the, so I'm going to get a little morbid real quick. So I had I went to a funeral recently in Virginia a couple weeks ago, and I don't know if you know, like, Virginia is not my original home. Original home is New Orleans, and so pretty much I got to see like all my old coaches, all my old uncles and stuff, and it was someone who passed, and there wasn't a lot of crying going on.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a lot of vulnerability. It was a lot of covering. And it kind of it made me a little depressed because I don't know if you know, but the male suicide rate is like astronomically like bigger than like women. It just is like men commit suicide at a larger rate, and it's primarily because the simplifier for you is that we're just always caught up in trying to be tough. Like hiding our emotions.
Express your emotions.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just like not doing it. And when I went there, like I was hoping to see, You know, and they were fine. They were fine. You know, and you can't judge people how they handle certain stuff, but it's just, I don't know, just like, I don't know, from your experience, like, where do you think that comes from? Is that male macho-ness, and what do you think that does to our, like, our mental, just from, like, your experience, just, like, holding stuff in and not letting it go? Because I wanted to cry, like, every moment, you know?
Well, every moment at the funeral?
Yeah, just at the funeral, and even just after. So, like, even after, like, I was, like, really sad. I drove back to Virginia, and then, like, I made this post, and the post read, so I said that pretty much, I'm just sad, and I'm very hunky-dory. I'm very, happy all the time. But sometimes, like, I don't want to be happy. Sometimes I just want to be honest, right? And so I said in the post, and so, like, I'm smiling in the post. So I said, too often, behind the smile of my eyes, I hide thousands of tears. Okay? Literally, everyone thought I was going to kill myself. Like, it was like, they were like, oh my God, Calvin, you okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? They was checking on me. They was checking up on me. They was checking up on me.
I don't know if I saw that post.
Yeah, like, they was checking up on me, and I was sad, right? But then I was just like, y'all can't relate to that. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all not tired of smiling? Like, when's the last time y'all cried? When's the last time you cried, April?
I cry almost every night.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But isn't it? But well, I'm
not every night, but I do go through my moments where I feel like I'm overwhelmed, and I feel like, especially being a business owner and having to pivot and change, and have to put forth happy face, being able to just move forward. So I do take my moments, though. Oh, I will take my moments in my day to myself.
I mean, but just think about everything that's been happening this year. Like, you're gonna want to cry. Think about the Ulvade shooting. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, that happened. I cried when that happened, right? Mm-hmm. Right now, what happened with Tyrie? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nicholas, that's not the first, second, third, or fourth time that's happened, right?
Right.
That's trauma already, right? And then we got even more mass. Like, it's just, why are we crying? You know,
with that, then our life circumstances.
We just got out of the pandemic.
Overwhelming. With our responsibilities, work responsibilities. We have to work. And then having to, change to, our partner responsibilities in a relationship or marriage, then our parental responsibilities, and make sure you have your family relationships. So, yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
And I feel like the best outlet is to sometimes just cry. Just cry it out. Mm-hmm. Just get it all out,
Definitely.
Just get it all out just so you can... I would say, like, they say, like, a bunch of dopamines, like the feeling that makes you happy, like endorphins or something. Some chemical comes out when you cry, but it's just really good. But, like, just think about it. So I got a list of stuff that's just happening. Tell me this is not going to make you cry. You got the Ukraine war that's happening right now. We got World War III that's about to happen, huh? We've had at least 5 mass shootings in a matter of a week. Mm-hmm. No? We haven't? It's been crazy. Okay?
Somebody said fact check that. Fact check.
Okay, World War III probably not about to happen, but it's just crazy. Like, it's a proxy war going on right now, and it's sad, man. It's sad. What else? What? Biodiversity is decreasing. What? The planet's dying now. It's just eggs is $7.
I know. That is sad.
You know what I'm saying? That's
what
sad.
I've learned, like, so I do have my days where I'm just like everything negative, but for maybe a day, and then the next like 14 days, I try to focus on the positive.
Right.
That's important. I have to change my mindset over. Like, instead of saying, eggs $6 or $7, I'm thankful I got the $7 to buy the eggs. So I try to focus more so on the positive, but I'm in the space, like, if I was teaching over here, I probably wouldn't be, but I'm in the space where I can be creative because I'm my own business. You know what I'm saying? I created that space. So I'm able to, be more positive and change the trajectory. Yeah.
And so how much does that, like, your passion help you stay resilient so you're not, say, for example, like, depressed or sad or like...
Well, my passion right now, that's why I switched from teaching.
Okay, all right, let's talk about it. All right, hope you all loving this content. Definitely hope you all are watching it, you're enjoying it, you hit that subscription button, and you are hopefully loving enough to maybe become a part of Patreon family, but it's all good. We just getting started. Calvin Nellum Podcast, first episode. I just really appreciate you all coming through and just, being here with me, listening, and just listen to a brother man vent. Let's go ahead and get back to the regular schedule program. Yeah.
I did somebody's eyebrows today. I did a waxing and tinting. I was like, I could do a little bit better, so I know I need to practice on that instead of just totally giving up Even though I feel like I'm like, oh man, I fucked up her eyebrows, it look horrible to me. Okay, I don't look at it like that. I was like, okay, maybe I can just do a little bit better. Maybe I just need a little bit more practice instead of just totally throwing in the towel of being, brows and tint. Because I love doing eyebrows and tint. I love that. I love doing lash lift and tint. I'm good at facials. I already got facials down pat. I got waxing down pat. So I just try to focus on the positive.
And so just like that optimist, let's talk about like from your transition from education to being an entrepreneur, just like what is some, because I'm a segue into just like, just my mindset of education and just how like I feel like we just need to just carry ourselves if we want to sustain it. But just like, what are just some of like the challenges in doing what you're doing now compared to the challenges when you're in education, right? Because I think in what you're doing now, the problem is probably a lot easier to solve, right? Fix this eyelash, fix this, part of the face, right? Or help with this aspect. Where in education, we have so many complex problems and we are tackling them every single day.
Or we're putting
but we're not
like
even
a Band-Aid on a knife room.
Yeah, so just like, are they comparable? I mean, they're not comparable, right? But just like, what are how are they, like, what's the difference between those two that you felt that is more manageable to do what you're doing now compared to what you're doing in education?
My passion and my willingness to just move forward and tenacity, and, determination. Because, it's your own. I represent my brand. So, of course, you want everything to be done in a positive light. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, be negative minded or be pessimist. So you have to make sure that you're doing things passionately and just moving forward. Now I have my moments. I do have my moments, but I'm able to snap out of it because I'm just thankful of how blessed I am.
And we all blessed. Shout out to April Seaword for definitely being that balance, because I am April McDaniels. I'm definitely coming through the unbalance that because I'm pissed, y'all. I'm pissed, man.
I think it's just a lot, you being an awesome teacher that you are. And you're having to, your husband and your son, your dad now. So I think all of that combined with everything, it's just, overwhelming right now.
And so the point of the podcast today, Calvin on the podcast, if you don't know, no longer the TeachSimple podcast. We talked about that, why, but honestly, I'm not trying to be the savior anymore, and
you can only save yourself.
And I can only save myself.
Well, I learned that. So, like,
I had to learn that.
I would go over and beyond, but I'd be like, I can't care more about a person than they care about them. I just can't. So I had to learn how to pull back. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm like, Calvin, I need you to stop smoking. You're gonna die. Stop smoking, but you still sitting smoking cigarettes. I can't put more energy into telling you not to smoke cigarettes because that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to pull back.
And that's hard, though. Why is it so hard for us teachers sometimes?
You have to. For your sanity, you just have to.
And I'm learning to let go, y'all. I'm learning to let go, honestly. Like, once I had my daughter, everything changed. Everything just changed. Hey, Lulu. Everything just changed. Just the amount of time that I put into just the planning, right? Because all that time got taken out. So, like, the time that I'll put into lesson planning, I'll usually do it at night. So, say, like, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'll wake up, get my plans done, wake up at 5 o'clock, get ready to go to work. Now, I can't do that no more because I have to wake up and get her ready for daycare. And so it's a whole new regimen I have to figure out how to put in my schedule, which my leaders.
Imagine when you have some more kids, or
It's not even in my stratosphere. I can't even think about that now.
Yeah. So when I started teaching, I moved into teaching. I already had my kids in place. Yeah. So I don't recall it being such a drastic change for me because I went in. I had my kids. We had our regimen, and then I was passionate as an educator. So I didn't start losing my passion or my focus until like my kids got into high school, and I was like, yeah, it has to be something else out here for me.
Because April, like, I've seen a lot of people leave my career, and at moments, mostly like 80% of the time, I got upset when they left. I took it personal.
Oh, yeah. You got upset when you took it personal when I left?
No, April, I took it personal.
Meg, did he take it personal when I left teaching?
I did, and I do still, because it's hard already. You know what I'm saying? Like in teaching, we're literally like a hospital with not enough doctors, and everybody is just they need help, and we're giving them help, but it ain't enough help, right? And we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah.
And when one person leaves, it's like we lost 10 different hands. You know what I'm saying? To help with this. So now my job got 3 times harder now because I have more of a workload.
Yeah.
Where does it stop? And I would think about that. I'm like, we're in urban education. We're fighting a good fight. We're getting paid decent. We got the mission. We're pro-black. We're culturally relevant. We are sacrificing for our kids. And people still believe. It still wasn't enough. And like I didn't think about it until I had to pay childcare. Because if you think about it, right? Most people not only have 1 kid, they have what? 2 kids. 3 kids. Average childcare is what?
Like at least $250 a week.
Let's say 400 average out in the United States. 400 times a month. Oh no, a week. So 400 a week. You got 3 kids. That's $1,200 a week.
Well, a lot of people, when they have that many kids, they usually
leave. They leave education. So that's why I was thinking. I was like, oh, so that's why. Oh, okay, so that's why that person. Oh,
or
so
they
that's
have like
why.
a grandparent that watches.
Right, unless they have family, right? Because remember, we're not from here, right?
Yeah.
So if you're trying to fight the good fight, you're trying to go to out of nowhere, and you're trying to do what you got to do. If you have a kid, you're going to have to really think about the strategy behind that, right? And obviously you should have thought about that before you moved there, right? But life ain't always that perfect.
Right.
But it's like if you have 2-3 kids, you can't be a teacher. No. Not like you can't be a teacher, but you can't live off of one. You see what I'm saying? So think about all the key teachers that are leaving the field. Think about the amount of black men that we say statistically we need. They leaving too. Mm-hmm. They not coming back neither. Nope. Right? Because the pay, because it's too hard, and because they're tired of feeling like they have to be the savior. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about in all black schools or urban. It's just in general. Education everywhere needs the adrenaline pump because it ain't working and we don't got enough resources. And I'm just tired of being the only one, April. I want to give back to myself now. You know what I'm saying? I want to give back to my daughter now.
It may be time for you to pivot because I start feeling that way, and it took me about 5 years.
And it's a realization, and I plan on staying in education for a little bit longer, but it's like the realization of this is not going to be the end. I feel like there's some people who don't even have that, and they just think this is just it, and that's fine. Nothing's wrong with that, but it's like, can I make a bigger impact, Or is there other opportunities for me to make other impacts? Or is this the only way I can affect kids? You know what I'm saying? Or do I have to be doing all the sacrifice to get the same bang for my buck? Because there's people in tech right now, no education experience. They come up with a nice little app that's feasible, that fits the market, that fits the model. They made more money than I've ever made in my entire teaching career. That's not right. That's happening. That'll make you want to leave the teacher career too.
Imagine how the young kids or the 5-6 year olds are on YouTube and they have a billion followers and they're making more money.
Teaching.
Yeah.
Educating in a different model, right? Right? They're not only teaching to 24 kids per 6 classes, which is 150. They're teaching to 10,000 people in the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At a faster rate, at a faster speed, at a different processing, So it's just like, when is this model going to change? And when are we going to realize we need to change it? Because it ain't working, man. And I'm trying to figure out how we can work smarter, not harder. Because the kids looking at me like, Mr. Nullum, I care about this more than I care about what you're talking about right now.
Absolutely.
And this is the constant battle.
Well, I want to make a TikTok. Let's make a TikTok. I can only imagine how TikTok is now.
It's everything. It's their lives. TikTok is they banned TikTok in the federal government because of the relationship that it has with our foreign enemies, right? But it has so much power on our kids, right? Our kids know they're learning video editing, they're learning software development, they're learning shit, collaboration in a lot of aspects too, because they work with each other, right? But a lot of that stuff does not translate in the classroom. But it's just like, what is the classroom? What do we want what do we want the classroom to look like? So let's start with that. What do we want the classroom to look like in the next 5 or 10 years?
I don't know. I'm out of education.
Oh, wait, hold on. You had 15 years. You can't give me no time.
I don't know. It's like when I started teaching, TikTok wasn't a thing. I could only imagine TikTok. Like phones were a thing, you know. They would have their phones out, maybe on Facebook, Instagram, I think Snapchat. But TikTok, yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, I think 10 years from now, we definitely have to figure out a way to be more, integrate cell phones into the classroom.
Because this is what they're doing. They're taking the name of a teacher, they're scrapping it, they're erasing it, they're taking the credentials away. So the requirements it takes for you to become a teacher, they're taking that away. They're doing it in like bits and pieces, but they are doing it now.
Oh, yeah. Right now, you don't even have to have a teaching degree.
Exactly. So it's changing. They're taking that name and they're scrapping it and they're putting in the word facilitator now.
Yeah.
So you're no longer a teacher now. You're no longer talking to kids now. The kids should already know it and you are organizing it so they don't kill themselves, they get the objective, and they understand the assessment so they can be assessed on it. But like deep down, I feel like they're trying to literally, they're just trying to make the field go extinct, I feel.
Probably, I can see that. Because right now, you know, they have the programs on a computer, and they already have classrooms set up where the teacher is facilitator, and they walking around. The kids are doing their lessons on the computer. They already have that.
That's sad. That's why I got these tears, because I feel like my job, my career that I put in.
Well, that's why you gotta find a new passion.
And that's why I gotta innovate, right? Or I'm gonna get ran over. What they say, if you don't innovate, you get ran over. But it's no longer the elevator man job being taken over by the elevator. It's like everybody's job being taken over. So have you heard of ChatGPT? You ever heard of the artificial intelligent AI?
I've heard of it. I didn't know the name of it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, so this thing is pretty ill. So like literally, think what is one complex service that you provide at your school? Just give me the name of it.
Maybe
the name
enzyme.
of it. Okay.
Enzyme treatment.
Okay, so if you type in what are the steps to enzyme treatment, literally like Google, but it's an artificial robot, and instead of it giving you a search for one little thing, it gives you a actual aggregated answer if it was a person. So for example, how do you do it? How do you do that enzyme treatment? Just real quickly.
You have to
cleanse it,
exfoliate,
exfoliate.
Then you have to go in and put the vitamin C on. Then you do the enzyme treatment.
Okay.
You cleanse the enzyme treatment off.
ChatGPT can tell you how to do all that in a matter of 10 seconds.
Can they do that?
Yeah, well, can it do it? No.
Not
so
yet.
that's the assistant aspect of it. So it's like an assistant. So I've typed in like things like, will you take my job? And they'll respond like, no, my job is not to take jobs. My job is to assist. But think about it though, like if you are a esthetician, right, and you're trying to, or say not that, say if you're a programmer and you're trying to figure out a program, you can literally type in ChatGPT, give me a program for a GPS, and it will literally type out the program for you. So it's literally taking tasks that we hire people to do and putting it all in one box. Listen, I've done lesson plans. So I said, ChatGPT, write me a lesson plan on leadership. It gave me a full, like, 1-page lesson plan. From the introduction to the materials, to the procedure, to the assessment, to how to differentiate it. All within a matter of 10 seconds.
So you go on Google and say Chat.
So this is how you get it. So you go to YouTube and you just look up like how to download ChatGPT. It's a download application. It's free. And then you get it on your laptop and you can literally, it's like you ever watch Iron Man, like Jarvis? You know, like Iron Man, he has like it's like that. It's literally like Jarvis. It doesn't speak to you though. It just literally, hey cutie. It just literally, it just talks to you and it writes it out for you. But the scary part is that it can literally do what a human can do. And so it's just the many different type of just possibilities that can come from that. It's just scary. It's just real scary. So I'll end on this. Here, you can bring her here. No, okay, she can't come here. All right. So So I just say, you know, I'm good, everybody. Nothing's wrong with me. It's just really like I'm growing. I'm evolving.
Well, it's like
and
growing pains. So like,
yeah.
I look at it whereas like, so I look at life as levels.
Okay.
Depends on what level you on. Sometimes you.
All right. If you all like that content, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. And if you really love my content, please subscribe to my Patreon so you can get a lot more exclusive content, such as documentaries, interviews, and also lesson plans. You know I'm a teacher, so I'm definitely going to be teaching you some cool stuff, but we're going to keep it simple. I really appreciate you all. Please check your boy out.